Yo, check it out. Oh my god, yo, I just interviewed this guy for the candidate interview, and yo, he was fucking so impressive. I had to pull him in for the online activist interview series because, boom, you know what I mean? He's a real activist. That's what's up. You know what I mean? That's me saying this. So let's get to the background. First of all, I'll let you introduce yourself. Go ahead.
Hey, my name's Jonathan Bailey. I am a council for city council. Excuse me, a candidate for city council here in District 26. And I'm also one of the co-founders of Amazonians United, which is our workers' organization in Amazon warehouses that we have used to fight Jeff Bezos and Amazon to win back our rights that have been stolen from us and to win the value that has been promised us but not given. To the tune of tens of millions of dollars for workers, not just here in New York City, but in nationwide.
Okay, that sounds pretty dope, but your activist background goes back before that. You have significant
Yeah.
experience before that. What? Just give me,
Yeah.
just give me a little bit more idea about your background, activism background, and the length of experience that you have, because it's significant.
Well, so like for me, like in when I experienced like a big driver for me coming to like activist circles was experience with police violence, which brought me towards looking into what like Black liberation activists have done throughout history. And so like I've really honestly been involved with things around policing since I've been in the streets since the day after Daniel Pantaleo was found to be just fine in his killing of Eric Garner. So like I've been really out and involved with like issues around policing since then, but I've been involved with organizations such as specifically mostly Democratic Socialist America. I stepped down as the co-chair of the Queens branch to run for city council, and I've been involved with like various activist like institutions.
Okay.
I'm,
From,
I,
go ahead.
there's a lot of stuff, so
I get
I
that.
guess I'm not sure
We're
where
gonna
you
find a
want me
little
to
bit
start,
more.
but
From your background in activism, what do you think are some of the most effective things that activists can do?
build working class power. Like that is by far like the most like beneficial thing that activists can do. Right now, people are particularly unaware of the power that they hold by virtue of their place in society as workers. But when workers like really discover that power, when they recognize it and they learn to wield it as a tool to create social progress, that's when
Sure.
things really change. That's when things really change.
So, well, like what
So
you said, educating people or organizing like the working class. How do you specifically do that, right? Someone who's watching this, they're an activist. They want to follow in your footsteps, right? They heard that, but what do they actually do? Do they hold a rally? Do they start a mailing list? What is the most effective things that they can do to really make this pop off?
you should be like looking at your workplace first of all. Like, is your workplace like organized and able? Like, are y'all capable of engaging in class struggle? Like, can you if you can you shut down the workplace and demand different conditions to your workplace? Like, do you have the ability to do that? Yes or no? If the answer isn't yes, absolutely, then you're not where you need to be. um, and frankly, I think that's the vast majority, almost all of us within the U.S. If we needed to, if there was a situation in the workplace that was, like unhealthy or particularly like exploitative, we wouldn't be able to be like, hey y'all, like to our coworkers, we couldn't say, hey y'all, let's take action, let's slow down the shop. Let's do a slowdown or let's go on strike. Um, Most people don't live with those types of relationships, and until like, there's a large chunk of us do, we're not going to be able to create the change within society that we want and we need. It's important to remember you are the agent of change.
Sure.
Working people are the agent of change. And so if you aren't in the position where you can make change happen, then we're not going to win any of the things that we're really hoping to see.
Cool. I'm glad that you've had experience with different types of organizations. Now, some people are actually one of my friends, Ellie. Just want to shout out right now. She's actually on Slow News Day. She's had some things about DSA, whatever, right? Now, you've been in different organizations as time has gone on, right? I'm not going to ask you to single out DSA or anybody, right? But you've seen different organizations and different types of setups. People who are just starting, they may choose to join an organization. What are some of the things that they should look for, or what do you think are some of the more effective leadership practices that they should be looking for in some organizations are just straight out to use volunteers and just to discard them, and that's unfortunate, right? But
Yeah.
so someone who's beginning, how do they recognize that this is an organization that's for them and that's
That's a
going
really, really good question. I don't think that there is any institution right now that really embodies what we need as like the working class in order to advance our sentiment. Um, like working class politics doesn't really have, I feel like, a home quite yet. I think the closest thing that we have is DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, but like in order to have a working class institution that is really like deserving of the mantle, it has to like, it has to live through democracy, you have to be able to like use that space, like especially within electoral politics, right? you
yeah,
you have to be able to like hold votes on certain political positions as a group, as a body, and have that like land on your legislator's desk, and then with them being tasked to bring that to the legislative floor. And if you don't have that like system, if you don't have that pipeline, then you don't have a working class institution that politically empowers you. If most institutions, like you're told like, hey, come and volunteer, but you don't have an increased amount of political agency, right? You don't actually have like the ability to affect the politics. You just are given the choice. Oh, okay, you
follow
can
these
like pitch
commands.
in and work.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can pitch in and work or not. um
that's exactly, honestly, straight up, man. If you know my story, if you follow me, you're gonna know that I am deep in this fucking game. So straight up, man, I love that right there. People who watch right now who know my content, you're gonna know that's what I fucking live for and that's what I'm all about. What up? Yeah.
so this is one thing that a lot of folks don't know. Right now within in DSA, actually, I put forward a constitutional amendment to
Ooh.
like to change that, right? Because like
Oh,
I'm
you're
of
getting kicked out soon, huh?
the I'm not gonna comment. Um, like I put
Yeah.
forward an amendment that would give like the membership the ability to like advance our political sentiments to the desks of our legislators,
Yeah.
with the responsibility of putting it on the legislative floor. Um,
Of
you
DSA
know, it well,
or
no,
the
like
nation.
no, of like whatever legislative body, like
Okay.
our DSA member politicians are sitting on, right?
Okay.
So like how it should work, like political empowerment looks like you and like other members of your organization being able to come together, discuss and debate different ideas,
Mm-hmm.
uh, develop a course of action, vote on it, and then that as like a policy, or like as a bill, as a political position, it's placed on the desks of your member legislators. It should like go onto the desks of like the city council member, the state assembly member, the congressional member. For us, that's everywhere from
That's
uh
a wonderful answer, man. That's
yeah,
spot
that's
on, bro. That
yeah,
you
that's
just see it.
all the
You get
yeah,
it. That's what they say.
yeah,
He gets it. You get it, man. I appreciate you.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All
how
right.
it should be. And then they have the responsibility of bringing it to the legislative floor of the body that they are occupying. That is political empowerment.
You've come a
Um,
long way from being a kind of political neophyte. We all kind of start kind of at the ground level. Now, as you've
yeah.
gone on through this process, I'm sure your perspective has changed. Maybe someone's kind of like going through this change right now. Do you have any words of wisdom or maybe kind of like guidance, right? What would you say to someone who's kind of like going through that
Oh,
process
wait,
now?
we have to
Oh, finish
finish
that
that.
last question? Oh,
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
So
Okay.
like, no, no, it's okay.
All right.
So like, I mean, that's how I believe like the process should work. That to me that's democracy.
I
It's
thought that was a
political
perfect
empowerment.
answer. I mean, damn, you have more? Okay,
Well,
go ahead.
well, well,
I thought it
well,
was
well,
perfect. Go ahead.
so it that like that constitutional amendment, it was not like it was not brought to a citywide convention for DSA, but we were able to like pass that as a bylaw to the Queens branches. Like the Queens branch, we now have amended our bylaws so that at least as a process exists within the Queens branch.
That's cool, man.
Um, to the extent that we're exercising that and like executing on it, that's a bit more limited.
Yeah.
Not entirely non-existent, but a bit more limited. But the thing is, what we have to learn to expect is that we have to learn to expect that the institutions we give our time to are democratic and allow us to advance our political sentiment. Because if
Hell
not,
yeah.
it's just exploitative.
Absolutely, man. I'm with you 100%, man. Yeah, I fought that battle multiple times in multiple organizations, so I fucking love that, man. You don't even know, man. But maybe you do know. You're fucking making the moves yourself, man. You know what I mean? I respect that. You know what I mean? I fought those battles, man, for real. So thank you so much, man. I was so glad to hear that. Now, so back to that question once again, right? Yeah, there's people who are coming up in the game, right? My channel's there to really help people who are like activists. And beware of people who try to fucking train you. You know, a lot of times it's fucking they're trying to harvest you into their shit. You know what I mean? But here you're just hearing from a whole bunch of different activists. You can decide what you like to hear. But I give this guy a lot of respect. Once you, right, from your perspective, from political neophyte to now, or maybe something recently, maybe you had a breakthrough or an idea, what would you tell someone who's maybe struggling with their own thing, trying to figure out like what organization to join, or you know, how they, what's really, how has your perspective changed over time?
Um, well, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what has like particularly changed, I guess. Like,
Okay.
I mean, like for me, there was like going from like not politically engaged to politically engaged. Um, I like I don't know. I've had a lot of the opinions and positions that I have now are a lot of the ones that I like came to
Sure.
like far before I was like really involved even in activism. Like my like I don't know. I feel like this is something that I was chatting about with one of the other organizers within Amazonians United. Um, and she said that she feels like she was just born with like a fixation on what is fair or not, you know? And so when she realized that our society is built on the idea of like the owners of the world being able to collect the value that workers create, she was like, hey, that's not fair. And that really like, created all of like, an engine towards like developing an understanding of socialism and working class politics and all of that, right? Um, I don't know. I feel like that like resonates with me a lot. I feel like probably a lot of us have like certain core beliefs that our understanding of society just kind of pivots around, and with that, what we feel like we have to take is the next step. So
Sure.
yeah,
What
there's not really any particular moment.
What would you say are the most common misconceptions about your movement or yourself as an activist?
um, Misconceptions.
Maybe about
I mean,
socialism, maybe about yourself. I don't know. Your
yeah,
choice.
I mean, think that like there's a lot of misunderstandings about socialism. There's a misunderstanding of it being like a way for working class politics to exist. Um, but I think that the biggest misconception is actually like right now is within like activist spaces themselves is the difference between state power and working class power. So right now,
Mm,
DSA is predominantly developing its strength from its relationship to the state, its
yeah.
relationship to government. And so like it's developing a significant amount of state power, of power that like we have because of our relationship to the state. Um, but that's not working class power, and a lot of people don't really understand that. They don't have like a framework for understanding the difference between state and working class power. Working State power is when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez talks about like ending like arms sales or financial support for like the Israeli like state's military, right? Like that's like state power. But like you can see in some place like workers who like work in shipping yards, they just decided, no, we're not going to ship weapons to Israel. We're just not. And so like, that state power is like, a couple congressional members arguing with this in this body of like 400 and some like congressional members, right?
Right.
Um, but like working class power, it just got it done. Like it's like 100 people who just decided, nope, we're not shipping these weapons. Boom, done. That's
Gotcha.
working class power, and it's cool, right? Like
Yeah.
how cool is it for the workers just to say, nope, no more war. War's done. Like
I'm ready,
that's
man.
that
I'm ready to make it
yeah.
happen.
And
Yeah.
us making that like as a class, working people have no interest in being at war with each other. Like
Yeah.
we're
I
all
really
just
don't. Yeah.
exploited. We're all just exploited, Um and like my thinking is that, hey, we need to develop enough of that power in the
Mhm.
working class power as opposed to state power, that we are able to act as the engine of change. If we
Okay.
do that, everything gets different real fast, and we build a world that's like exciting to be a part of,
Sure. As an activist, what do you think are the biggest obstacles to your success?
So like for me, because I'm particularly interested in building like more of that working class power, I think like a lens uh in which like the only power that exists is state power is a big obstacle, because people will end up fighting against activists that try to build power in the working class, and they'll try to like undermine any of their efforts within government as well.
What up,
which
man?
is which is particularly frustrating. I've seen a lot of that. So yeah,
Cool, man.
that's a barrier. It's a significant barrier.
Okay, we get into the last three questions right here. So this one's gonna be kind of a broad question. You can take it anywhere you want, right? What is your take on the current situation?
The current situation of like the U.S.,
Anything,
world.
anything you want. Yeah, it's really yeah.
Gosh, that's really open ended. I
One thing
think
that can
that,
help you with that is later on I'm gonna ask you what are your plans for the future. So it might help for you to like lay that out in relation to that.
yeah. So I think that I think that like climate, the oncoming climate catastrophe is the biggest, scariest thing. I think like anybody who understands the scope of things is terrified. It's enough that like billionaires are building bunkers left and right, preparing for eco apartheid, and most of us are like being bombarded with like propaganda that like tells us it's not really an issue, and for those of us who like know better, it turns into, oh, it's not that big of an issue, but it's big enough that billionaires are buying bunkers left and right. So it's a problem, right?
Yeah.
I think that our relationship to how massive of an issue, our oncoming climate catastrophe is, I think that's just, I think it's huge. I think that it's extremely underestimated how big of a problem it is. And for me, we're woefully underprepared for tackling the challenge of climate change. Um, so that's the state that we're in. We have to like develop a massive amount of working class power to change the way that we are relating as a planet to the oncoming climate catastrophe, and we only have a few years to do it.
I have just such a really just a strong alignment with you, man. Honestly, I really wanted to do environmental stuff first, but I felt like in order to attend to those problems, we gotta fix our system. So I really that is a deep thing for me. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. Now let's
Yeah.
share you with the rest of our people out there, right? People that are watching, they want to follow Jonathan Bailey. They want to learn more about him. You got the website. What's up? You got social media. How can people follow you?
Yeah. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I think that our follows, my one of my press people say that it's a little embarrassing how few followers we have.
We're gonna get you some more right now. Yeah, Jonathan. That's a right, man.
It's
Honestly,
okay.
it's
It's
because
okay.
there's a reason why that is. I mean, the people that are right that are being pushed right now, they're being pushed by the moneyed interests for a reason, because they're ready to make right. They already have those agreements in place to vote certain ways, but you haven't agreed to that shit. You know what I mean? In certain ways that we're gonna come up, man. I'm telling you, I'm a grinder in the streets, man. and we're ready to go street level. So appreciate that. Yeah. Now the thing is, so Jonathan 4 Queens, I believe, right? Jonathan FOR Queens and Jonathan 4 Queens, the number 4 on what is it on Twitter, right? Instagram is
Yeah.
Instagram is FOR or the number 4.
FOR.
Okay, cool, awesome, dude. Definitely check out my man. You have a Discord or a Slack or anything?
We have a Discord.
Hell,
Yeah.
yo, I got a Discord too, bro. Yo,
Yeah.
I'm usually hanging out on the voice chat with on the Yellow Brick Road, but I'm definitely joining your Discord. I definitely want to get in the voice chat.
Dope.
You know, we need to create more communities right here. I'm actually interested in creating many small communities and networking them all together versus having some kind of overarching, top-down strategy. So we'll see how we can work that out. I'm definitely working with you in the future, no problem. Now, now that everybody's following you, what can people look forward to? What's coming up? Besides you're running for office, right? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm fucking a story. I will come out and help you on that day. Where the fuck is the
Thank you.
But
Thank
also,
you so much.
wait, are you running against Edwin De Jesus?
No.
Thank
no,
God,
no,
because he may be in
different
sees the
area.
story at 2. Oh my God, thank God. I don't want to support you against Edwin because he's kind of friendly to us, like because I'm Green Party as well. But yeah, Astoria, man, Sunnyside, Woodside. That's my spots. You know what I mean? And
Dope.
yeah, 2 weeks from now, I could definitely be out there, man, and I'll represent, and I'm fucking loud, bro. I will hustle. I'll get your ass in that fucking booth. Come on, help a brother out. You know what I mean? I'll be on that corner. I'll be
Thank ya.
lighting that corner up, boy. That's how I do.
Thank ya.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Might have to take the day off work. We'll see. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm ready. Yeah. All right, cool, man. And I can hold the spot down by myself. You know what I mean? I'll grind for you. You know what I mean? I'm that type. So besides the campaign, anything else heading up for the future? Anything else that people have to look forward to? You got a YouTube channel?
I watch what's going on with Amazon.
Okay, and Instagram too, man. Yeah.
And
Why do I hear so much
yeah,
about Christian Smalls, but I haven't heard so much about Jonathan Bailey? Yeah. It's time. It's time to come up, man. Yeah. It's your time,
I
baby.
mean, there's reasons for that,
Political stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in my own freaking toilet, man. I'm in my own toilet. You know what I mean? Yeah, I get that. You know what I mean? People, but that's all right though. We're gonna keep fighting that good fight. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking stop for anything. I don't give a fuck if nobody carries my story. I'm gonna keep fucking marching, because the people on the streets will recognize, and I will be there on those streets. I swear to God. And I'll be by your side, Jonathan. I like the things you say. I encourage you about Jonathan 4 Queens once again. That's gonna be my homie. What's up in the story? I also am about Ricky Rance. I'm also doing the. Do you know about the Medicare for All march?
I've heard because the stuff happened at the state level, right?
If you want to, you could join us. I have concerns about it as well, right? Yeah, about being a big giveaway to big pharma, but still, right? I still support better healthcare for all of us, and I think it's a great way for you to make connections and to connect to other people. So I'm gonna start bringing you into the other things that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm fucking excited, man. You're one of the best we had yet. Straight up, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
You earned it, man. I don't give that shit out. It's not because you're so pretty and I'm trying to take you home, man. Yeah. Not saying you ain't pretty, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I'm whatever, man. I'm about the ladies, you know what I mean? It's all good though, you know what I mean? So I tried. I have a lot of gay people into me. I appreciate you. Some of my best friends, you know what I mean? But I tried. I couldn't do it. You know, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? All right. One love, my brother. Yeah. Jonathan Bailey, for real. Yeah. I'm feeling you, man. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
Truth of these
We
words
are on all
is
the major
beyond
platforms.
doubt.
That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Daily Motion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos. Make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot. And looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.